What's going on YouTube? Doing a quick video here on how to change rotors and brake pads on a 2015 Toyota Highlander. We're just taking a break off from the Charger build. I can't even talk today. Taking a break from the Charger build for right now, seeing as mine is not here. It's sitting at the shop getting pro-charged. Got my buddy John here and his Charger. I'm jealous, I want to be driving it, but he's going to be helping us do some brake work on the Highlander. Important thing, always chalk the wheels, make sure it doesn't roll on you. Also set your brake. Cool. Next thing, let's get this thing jacked up. So the important thing on doing this is to make sure you get somebody who is a mechanic, hand him the tools and he's gonna start going. So find a good jack position, right there on the frame. And away you go. Placing your jack stand is always an important thing. Make sure it's a proper jack position. That way you're not messing it up. Don't want to put it on the body. You want to put it on a strong enough part of your frame. The drip rail. The drip rail, he says. On the drip rail. Make sure you're using these. You don't want to be lazy and just use your jack stand, because if you got an older one and that hydraulic seal starts letting go on you, it's just going to come down. So make sure you use a good jack stand. I was supposed to watch him go on the drip rail. We're taking off the lugs.
Okay, what we're going to do is just compress the caliper pistons just a bit. Take care, there's two clips inside there on the brake pads that are anti-rattle clips, so you don't want to mess those up. So just find a place on the rotor vents and just kind of squish it out. It'll make taking the caliper off first or much easier. So you want to take off the caliper first. These are 14 millimeter bolts. Sometimes this piece here will move if you're not using air and just hand tools. So you want to find out, I think that's an 18. Okay, do we have a 19? Caliper comes off nice and easy. Do not suspend it by the brake line there, that'll damage it. So just put it up on top of the spindle. Here's the anti-rattle clips I was telling you about earlier. We'll want to save these. I'm not sure if the new pads come with new ones, because this is a relatively low mile car. I think it has like 20,000 miles on it. Should be good to go there. This is a squealer. When you step on the brakes and you hear it squeal, that's a warning that the pads are low. These pads aren't bad, but the rotors are warped. So, and doing the rotors, gonna throw some new pads on there as well. We need to take off the caliper mount. These are 17 millimeters. And just leave it kind of in there for when you loosen the other bolt. Makes it much easier. Alright, we'll take this off. We're going to clean it off with brake clean. Lube up the hardware here so that the pads don't stick. And we're also going to pull out the pins on the slides and lube those. These feel pretty free. Could probably get away without doing it. Again, since this is a pretty low mileage vehicle, but while it's apart, might as well do it right. Rotors will get stuck to the spindle, the bearing, pretty easy. So a lot of times you just tap it like that around there, taking care not to hit the wheel studs. And if it's being stubborn, go ahead and get a couple metric 8mm with 1.25 pitch bolts. There's a couple holes there. We're trying every single one.
Okay, it's a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter.
There we go. Let's just try the 14 just to be sure. Then just tighten them down. I'm just kidding. Then just tighten them down evenly, and it just popped off right there. Can you feel it? And you know, if I would have done this in the first place, this video would already be over. All right, you can use this as a frisbee.
Brake cleaner?
Yeah, and the rotors, the new rotors come with like kind of a grease cosmoline type thing on it to prevent them from rusting. So you want to get yourself some brake cleaner. Just hose it down front and back. Get all that goop off. I know of some dudes who just run it. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We'll clean off the bridge here. Get all the goop off the hardware. And check this out. This actually comes with new hardware, so that makes our job a little bit easier. So you just pry out the old ones. It's best to do it one at a time so you don't get them mixed up. Match it up, put it in. And remember, the open part of the clip goes toward the rotor. And gently pull out the slides so you don't damage the boot there. We got all sorts of good grease. And since we have it out, we'll just put a little bit more on. Spin it around. Make sure your boot's seated. Take a little bit of lube, not excessive, and put it on your hardware. These Wagners are nice. Got the built-in angle here that'll help break in and not squeal, and it's got the slots to do the same. It's got the shins that come with it. The hardware kit comes with the new squealers. Let's just slide on right there. Alright, up next, put on the new rotor. And for your caliper mount bolts, give them a little bit of Loctite. Help keep them in there. Just get them lined up. Finger tight at the bottom. Finger tight at the top. Everything's lined up, goes in nice and easy. If you're facing resistance, it's cross-threaded. Press the rotor so it's seated. Otherwise it'll push the mount. You take the C-clamp, put the old pad in there so don't damage it. And be careful not to get the brake line. And slowly press the pistons. You gotta use the brake pad there because obviously if you're pressing this one, that'll pop out. Good. Throw in your new brake pads. Slide in like so. Put in your anti-rattle pins. Holes in the backers there. Slide on the caliper. Tiny dot of Loctite here.
There you go. Get the tire back on. Do the same to the other side. Don't forget your break-in period. You want to go through a couple of heat cycles and retorque the lug nuts after about 100 miles.
Don't forget to pump up the brake pedal before you head out, otherwise you ain't stopping.
Pump the brakes.